moving into Scorpio season in the next 2 days, which I'm so excited about because it's very connected with me. It's very intuitive. It's very deep. It's very transformational. So right now there's a lot of chaos going on around us because the universe is asking us to shed our layers. So you got to feel it to heal it. Kim knows I use that a lot. So that's coming up right now hard. And our codependencies. So we're really connected. Ooh, I felt that. Everyone's feeling that. Oh shit, that was hard. Oh my God, that just came up. Okay, so yeah, those codependencies, they're fucking with us right now, literally. So
was it you that posted the article about like every time you want to like eat something bad, think about the long-term effect? Was it you?
Oh, I posted that, yeah.
That was so good. Because I never do that.
Yes.
I just want the short
immediate
thing. I want the immediate happy and all that. But in the long term, you know, if I eat something that I shouldn't be eating, even though I love to eat it, I'll suffer for it a couple hours or even all the way until the night. And then I'm like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
You know, so that was so good because I never do that and I need to start doing that.
So
Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, that's true. And I think a lot of our codependencies are food.
Yeah.
So mine right now is really bad. Like I gained 5 pounds. I'm like, what am I doing? Like I can't help it. Like that's what I'm healing right now. And I try not to be judgmental because we're going through that process. Like but what it's doing is giving us insight. So like that's an insight that we're gaining. So when we're ready, we can bring that into our life. But right now we got to clear the space first. So our codependencies are coming up strong. Like I was saying to Sandy earlier, relationships. If we're entangled in relationships, we tend to define our self-identity with relationships. So it's being untangled right now. Like I already did a lot of relationship work. So there's been a lot of balance there, but it's coming up where we need to start putting ourselves first instead of that guilt and shame about making sure like, you know, we're in a pattern. We're used to doing certain things. So like, if you're used to being with your family that night, but you know you need it for yourself because you don't have the space to do it otherwise, like whatever it is, like whether it's creating, whether it's going to the gym, whatever it is, we have to make sure that we are expressing that because we're feeling guilty and shameful and we're putting that first. We need to stop doing that. So that might be coming up. That's with relationships. Your relationship with money might be coming up right now. So we have codependency to money because we see money in this society meaning value, but it's not value of us. Our value is not based on our doings and our successes and our money. So you may start like judging yourself for having any sort of debt, or it may, like for you, conversations in your relationships coming up around it, and not giving the power away to others or to you know the money itself. Oh my goodness, what's going on?
I mean, something big is going
on. That was like 4 in a row.
There's 2 cop cars, an ambulance, and a fire truck.
Yeah. Okay. My house is that way. I'm just going to check my text messages and make sure I got nothing. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully that's not mine either, but I'm not in Youngsville, so it wouldn't be.
No.
Okay. Because I got 2 little kids in my house. I can't handle it. And you do too. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, so that's what's really shedding right now. Scorpio season is going to help us go through a rebirth. So all that's coming up, that shedding layers, that is coming off, and we're going through rebirth and transformation, and it's going to be showing up through Scorpio season. Now,
are we going to be in Scorpio for Mercury retrograde?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk. I was just talking about that a little bit. So that's what I was going to bring up tonight, and then next week we'll talk about the new moon. What the heck is going on?
That's not great.
No, that's not good. I don't like that. Okay. Breathe through that. Like, so that's chaos for someone. Like, there's a lot of chaos right now coming up. Like, it's just where we need to heal is being put in our face. So our experiences are just like kind of making us feel. We're feeling in different areas that need to be shed. So that guilt, that shame that's coming up, you know, or emotional codependencies. Like, I'm definitely like right now, oh my God, like I stopped drinking coffee. All of a sudden I'm drinking coffee again. I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't understand. And I'm just like, but I can't help it. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. Like, normally I'm like so mindfully strong that I can do it. Right now, I feel like I don't have that control like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to relax into it and just surrender without worrying. Like, if I gain 5 pounds, it's fine. Like, this is my temporary spot. I'm not going to be here forever. That's how I try to focus on it, whatever it is. So Scorpio is going to be deeply transformative. It's very intuitive, though. So we're going to be able to get those downloads quick. Like Elisa was saying, oh, that's a good idea long term. Like, those insights and those messages and those opportunities are going to come to us. We're going to be able to receive them much easier. And if we're aware of them, when that opportunity comes up, we'll take that action when we're ready. So that's the rebirth we're going through. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. Okay. Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is the planet of action and the planet of communication. Yeah. So we're going to start having deeper conversations in relationships right now that are really going to heal us. Needed conversations that haven't come up. Pretty sure I'm probably going to have a conversation around money with my husband. There's no way it's not going to happen, but we'll see. And you know, there's things that's like, okay, we need healing around this. We need more connection around this, whatever it is going to come up right now. Also, what I was saying, when Mercury goes into retrograde, it's all those things that we need to fix first before moving forward. So, you know, if we have like things that were on the back burner, those back burner things are going to come up. Does that make sense? Because we can't move forward without those things on the back burner being finished. So it's like tying up loose ends. Things may break just because you need something new to like replace that, or like, I don't know, like maybe like Hef, like he needs new shoes. I don't know what it is, you know, like maybe this is happening now to help him moving forward. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying though? So
I was going to pull the pads before this happened anyway. I knew I was going to do that.
Right. So he was ready for it, and maybe that's probably why. Well, don't feel guilty about that. I'm sure you're feeling guilty on that, right? Or no?
No, I'm just pissed off.
Okay.
Just
It all happened.
because everything, I mean, and I know I shouldn't complain, and I'm blessed, and blah, blah, blah. But like, I see these people that literally can put their horse out in a pasture with old equipment, and they're fine.
Yeah.
She's talking about me.
You don't have any equipment out there.
Oh, yes, we do. We have
Do you?
horse trailers and tractors and everything else.
Out in the pasture?
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
Yeah, her horses would not function in that.
Yeah. They would, well, Hef would probably be fine, but Midnight would kill himself. And I do anything and everything that's physically, financially possible. And both of them are down. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and so Steve's answer, you know, let's use Jacqueline's words. What's the universe trying to tell you? And I'm like, what do you think the universe is trying to tell you? He thinks that I'm supposed to get out.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
When's Steve's funeral?
Exactly. After the hefty life insurance policy.
I can't believe you said that. Because obviously that's hard. That's hard. This is like, you know, hitting you really hard because like you put so much energy into them, and maybe that means to like balance your energy around them a little more. I don't know.
And I get the same crap from Rachel. Like, I was just on the phone with Rachel, and I said, yeah, you know, Dumpy got a new horse, and he got a gelding, and I said, you know, when I look for the next horse, and she goes, the next horse? And I said, yeah. And she goes, you're going to get another one? And I'm like, well, when one of them go, I said, it could be 6 months from now. It could be 2 years from now. I said, I don't know. I'm like, but I'm not ready to give up.
Yeah.
And she's like, does Dad know? I'm like, well, not yet. I'm like, because I hadn't had the conversation with him. And she's like, I can't believe you're going to get another horse. I'm like, Rachel, I'm 51 years old. I'm not ready to give up. I really planned on Midnight retiring with me. We were going to retire together.
This is your truth. So this is what was happening to me when I was doing what I'm doing, right? everyone around me was being that way, not supporting me. And that's just for you to get more confident in your purpose. And no matter what is happening around you, it feels right and you need to do it for you. And it doesn't matter if they support you or not, because it doesn't matter. This is for you. This makes you happy. So they could say whatever they want, but it's not going to do anything. So like Thomas is the same way. Like he would say a lot of things about what I do. And at first I would feel it would get me angry and riled up because I'm like, you know,
Well, there would be a negative.
yeah. And I felt as if like I've put so much into this and then you're going to tell me that this isn't like, it's not going to work or whatever they would say. Like he would say like, I don't know, he would call it fake, things like that, because he didn't understand it. Like, but that would trigger me. And now I'm in this place where I'm like, I don't really care how you feel because I feel empowered through this and I feel connected through this. This is for me. This is my life I'm creating. You are creating your life. It doesn't matter what they think.
Oh, like some of my best friends through horses. That's how I met Kim.
Yeah.
It's through horses. And now, you know, we don't do horses anymore, but we can get on the phone or go to dinner and we'll be out there for 2 hours.
And you're happy. You're in peace while you're doing it. So for them, it's not their place, but they're unfortunately our family members.
I was going to say, I can see how you feel because if anything, I'm connected with that, you know, your daughter is the closest, like, friend, you know, you're
But
close
she always
to her.
sides with my husband.
And,
Got nothing.
But here's the thing though,
she always sides with
the closest relationships, the intimate ones are meant to help us heal and grow. So don't hold it against them. That's what you're the one that asked them to be here this lifetime. You created this before you came here. You created this for a reason. Yeah. So, but you wanted to grow. You wanted to move into another level. So that's why you did that. So when you have that mindset around like that you created this for a reason, ask yourself why you did that. Why did I ask for my husband to? Because I wanted to be stronger in myself and become more whole, that I don't need anything outside of me. So I'm going to, you know.
And when we first got together, that's how I was. Because I
Same.
told him, I said, I don't need you.
Yeah.
I want you in my life, but I don't need you in my life. I've been on my own, you know, and then it was just, he just chipped away at me.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's what the process is. Same with me. And now I'm finding my wholeness again. It's the same thing. And he does the same thing to me. I meditated every night when I first met him. I would go running every day. This was me. And now all of a sudden you're telling me that my meditation is negative and all this other stuff. No, it's just that our relationship has shifted and there's a lot more unearthing that's going on. And we're the ones healing each other. So even my kids, they're healing me. Are you kidding me? Jade's emotion, she is freaking Cancer rising and Pisces sun and Taurus moon. Like any more emotional, like, and crying, crying hits me so hard and I can't help it. It's not her fault, but like now I see her doing it and all we do, okay, Jade, go to your room. And then when you're ready to come out, you can come out, you know, and she's like, okay, and then I like to be alone to cry. Give her like 10 minutes. She's fine. And even if she is crying in my face, like sometimes I'm like, Jade, like, can you give me a little space? Like, I'll just, because I can't handle in that moment. And I don't want to ask her not to do that. But like, sometimes I need to. But most of the time I try to just hold the space. And the more that it occurs, I get better at it. So that's for my healing. So whatever Rachel is bringing up for you, it's for your healing as well. So just pay attention to that. I know it's annoying. Like, I'm not saying
asking Rachel to give up soccer.
Yeah, right.
She loves soccer, but she's not done soccer a tenth
Yeah, right.
of what you've done for horses.
Right.
So don't let what they say bother you, because you're going to do you anyway. I know that.
Well, and of anybody in my life, you would think that they would understand.
You would think
Nah.
that, but that's not.
It's like everybody else that knows me understands that.
You sound like me. I say that with Thomas all the time. I'm like, everybody else. I've literally said that to him. Everybody else supports me. You're the only one. And then I say to myself, why are you the only one? Why are you the only one? There's a reason, because I care that much about you. Everybody else, if they didn't support me, it wouldn't affect me as much. You affect me because you are you. Why? And that's where you find the sweet spot, and that's where you find the root cause of it.
Well, Steve claims to support me.
No, okay.
You know how that goes, right?
Yeah, Thomas does too. He says, I support you. I watch the kids for you. I gave you the space in the house for you. Same thing, I'm telling you.
It is. It is because, but he truly, in his heart, they can say it all they want, but I know he doesn't truly.
Because he's jealous, and it's not that he's jealous, but he's losing your attention to something that you're passionate about.
Well, I can't be having sex with
No,
him 24/7.
you're not. You're helping him.
But I don't know why not.
This is for his healing too. Keep doing you. You're healing him by doing you. And when you can be confident in not giving a shit about the way he reacts to anything and still doing you, that's when you've mastered it. So like me, like tonight, I'm still gonna come tonight. If I come home to him mad, I'm okay. That means I just gotta do something differently next time. That's it. But doesn't bother me.
Well, Terry threw a fit when I said we were on the door. Threw a fit, and it was about to come out of my mouth. Well, screw it. I just won't go. And I thought, no, because that's giving you what you want, and I'm going to be miserable, and you're going to get over it.
Yep, and he needs to untangle himself.
Right, and I'm not. I'm going to be pissed off the rest of my life.
He needs to release control. So you just helped him heal around that. Even if he hated it so much in that moment, he's going to reflect over it, regardless if he's aware of it or not.
He will not be aware of it.
Yeah, but essentially,
he'll be pissed off next trip too. But, I mean,
yeah, and then but eventually it'll stop because if you keep doing
I
it,
should
it'll
have
stop.
started this 30 years ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I probably should start it now. My girl trips, but I have little kids, so I don't know. That's kind of a lot. I can't do that.
That is the hard part.
Yeah.
You know, is where.
Well, and Colton's 22 now, so he don't need me.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the right time. You're doing it at the right time. I feel like for me, like that's going to happen with me too. And your husband just needs to get used to the shift and changes. He's resisting it. That's why. So we tend to, as a human race, resist change because we feel like we're fear of the unknown. We feel like we're losing something. And we want to stay in our safe space. So that's how he's feeling. So just tell him it's okay. Just be like, it's good for us to have, try to reassure him and see if that works instead of getting defensive. It might help. Okay, so let's do moon scopes before it's 7:30. That's fine. Okay, so, okay, you guys all know your moon signs, right? Okay, so do you have your phone?
I got the app right here.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
You downloaded the app? I should do that.
I thought, wait, you did?
Teacher hasn't.
I know. I'm like, oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
but
realize
it's,
that.
I'm double Virgo. Sunny. But I took a screenshot of the stuff too, so I can just go back and be like, okay. I'm
What's
looking
this
at my website.
website?
So flexible. I wish I could sit like that.
Oh, I understand those.
I love it. I
It's a
love
connective
those
tissue
boots.
disorder.
Right, now what do I look up?
So I'm pretty
Birth chart
bendy.
names.
I'm literally
Lucky
loving
husband.
your outfit right now, like
You
so
would think.
much. It's so cute. I love your boots with the gemstones.
Well, it was
on
all
them.
bought separately, so
Oh,
I
it's
just
so
put it together.
cute.
Just happened to have it in the
I just want to
closet,
like
and I was
buy it off of you. I'm like, right? It's so cute. I need clothes for fall. I
got these from Tiger Lily.
Oh yeah, that's a good website too. They have yeah, right. They have
Do you
cute
know
stuff
what
and they're
time?
not expensive.
And then these I bought at Charm and Charlie's a couple of years ago.
Charmin Charlie's, I heard of that. Where is that?
It's at the mall. Everything's like
Have you
color
heard of
coordinated.
I've
Charlie's?
been there. It's pretty
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
I gotta go.
Everything's like color coordinated. Like there's a table of all red stuff, like purses, earrings, necklaces, everything. It's awesome. So there's a red table.
Yeah.
Actually, both.
I would be
top-
like chakra.
the top
I'm
and the
this
bottom
chakra.
Yeah.
Okay, I found, we don't know the exact time.
Okay.
But what do I look up?
Okay. You didn't put unknown though, right?
I did put up. Don't
Fine.
put unknown.
Well, it's fine for this, but when we do the houses, don't do that because then she won't know. But that's okay. Sorry, I wasn't trying to make that face. Like,
You're fine.
Okay, so look at her moon sign. And I'm curious,
Planet.
let me look.
Yeah, here, take this. Take that.
Okay, so your sun's in Aries, your moon's in Virgo, like Kim over here. Taurus in Venus, so that means that's how you love in your relationships.
This is my daughter.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. So you guys probably
That
connect
was
too.
my mom.
Okay. Sun signs. That's interesting that they connect. Do you get along with them really well, or do you?
My mom.
Okay. So, Because what happens is sometimes either you connect really well or the opposite happens. So you'll be like, because I don't know how to put it, but there's certain energies. So there's low and higher energies, and one of you connects with the other one. It's very hard to see similarly because she's seeing the opposite than you are. Okay, and then I see her rising sign is through if you put in a time. But if you have, next time we'll do this, if you have like a roundabout time or.
She has no idea.
Okay, so then you just guess.
Morning or night?
No idea.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. We'll just guess because usually it doesn't affect that much as long as you have the place in them. Okay, so your moon sign. So I'm looking at moon scopes right now. So this is connecting with moon is Virgo. Yes. So I'm just going to basically talk about how your emotions are going to be affected through Scorpio season. So this whole Scorpio season, which is from the 23rd until end or middle of November. Okay, so first, do you remember yours or no? Okay, yours is Leo, I know that.
I'm trying to find it, but I have to set it all back up again. I thought it was still
I
in
took
here.
a snapshot of it.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to read Virgo first. So you are made of earth. This combined with Scorpio's water will bring you the ingredients needed to purge yourself of self-doubt and criticism. Just like, oh, that's so funny. Okay, so do you feel like that? You criticize yourself a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do not rid yourself of these energies, but transform them. Turn them into something energetically higher. Find this root of your feelings, and from there, shift them into something else. On the new moon, create ways you can transform any anxious feelings into a new vibration. What frequency do you want to tune into? So I'll give you an example, because that's kind of like, what do you mean transform them? So, like, as a Scorpio moon, and I have a rising sign Scorpio, I'm very good at transforming energy. So when I get anxious, I turn it into trust. Or let's say if I am like self-sabotaging myself, I turn it into motivation. So really focus on the root of where that is, like whatever's coming up from you, like that criticizing, try to shift it. And it's not going to be easy, but when you're aware of it and mindful of it, you'll be able to do it. That makes sense? It's energy. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but we're going through rebirth and transformation right now. So you're healing that. So while you're aware of it, gain the insights that are going to help you transform. They're going to come through. And we're very intuitive right now. So if we pay attention, instead of letting our mind race, be like, okay, I'm open to receiving where I can shift this. I'm asking the universe to bring me something to help me shift this, because this is no longer serving me. Criticizing myself is not doing anything for me. It's not helping me create my life. Help me shift this. Show me where I can shift, how I can shift it. That makes sense? Okay. So what's next? Leo moon. You never shy away from any challenge and pride yourself on your willingness to take on any adversity. Lean into this quality over Scorpio season. Feel into your courage to bravely go where you've never gone before, into the deepest layers of your subconscious. Peel away your conditioned patterns to reveal your true self, then feel who that person is and what they want to share with the world. On the new moon, envision a version of yourself who is willing to embrace any struggle to become the person they are meant to be. So the new moon is next week, so I'm going to talk a little more about it next week. But okay, so Scorpio moon, this is me. You are at home this season and new moon. You fearlessly embrace all of your sides, light and dark. Spend time this season understanding the very foundation of what makes you you. Become your own psychologist, magician, and shaman. Dive deep into your inner workings, using presence as a tool to stay grounded as you swim the depths of your consciousness. Give yourself space to practice rituals, draw cards, and journal. Oh my God, this sounds awesome. Yeah, give yourself space to do rituals, draw cards and journals, and do all the things which bring you in touch with your emotions and your inner psyche. On the new moon, envision a version of yourself who uses all of this self-knowledge to create a life which aligns with every piece of your soul. It sounds really cool. Yeah, that's mine. What's yours again?
Gemini.
Okay, so I thought. You tend to feel deeply already and communicate your feelings to those around you. This season is a time to not only feel your emotions, but understand them on a new level. It's a time to communicate with yourself and resist the urge to share with others until you evolve your understanding of yourself. Feel into the presence of this season and harness it to sit still long enough to master the vibrations within. On the new moon, envision a version of yourself who learns how to alchemize your feelings into anything you desire, and then share that version with those around you. Okay, so this is how I see it. When we're in our emotions, when we're open to communicating, we tend to just share emotions in that moment. So instead, reflect over those emotions first. Like, okay, what is this making me feel? Why does it make me feel this way? Until you feel ready and you're like, okay, I reflected over it, I understand it better, now I'm going to share. So pause, take that space first. Like if you feel triggered, try not to react to it. Try to be like, okay, why is this triggering me? So basically this energy, and especially with Mercury going to retrograde, is going to actually allow you to slow down. So try to flow into that a little more. What's your...
Okay. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't 100% sure. So.
Okay. You are a warrior at heart, much like Scorpio, and embrace any challenge with determination and resolve. You tend not to dive deep, though, when it comes to feeling your emotions. That's true. Challenge yourself this season to stay present with every feeling and subsequent sensation. Stay present with yourself, and instead of jumping to the next thing, remain in one vibration long enough to master it. On the new moon, envision a version of yourself who learns to master all of their emotions to become the alchemist of their life. Good season. Don't fear it, just breathe through it. Is it making you emotional? Okay. All right, so, okay, now what I'm going to do is, does anybody have any questions? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. All right, so I'm going to raise the vibration in the room, and then I'll do sage first and pass it around. I'm really excited for this meditation because I've never done anything like this. So I'm not telling you. Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, it's a meditation, but it's a journey meditation, but it's just different than what I've done before, and I want it to be like. So I'm not going to tell you. Have you ever smudged before? No. Okay, so this just cleanses the air in the room, but also cleanses the energy. And any stagnant energy, it releases it so it can connect with higher vibrations, which makes it easier to connect in meditation. This is like Native Americans used to do this. It's ancient. You'll see it in like South America, they do it too. And then, so we absorb energy throughout the day, which is why sometimes we feel drained at the other end of the day or emotional, irritated, because we absorb it. So when we do this, yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm sure. You says like your job. So they're preaching at work. She is like, she started working in a Christian office, and they'll like stand up and like preach and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, I hate my job. Like they're like too much. Yeah, right, exactly. Very intense. She's like, I need a good head. Oh, why did I just put this out? What am I doing?
Wow. Sometimes I think my Bible study is too much. I don't know if I can handle that.
Really?
Yeah. My Bible study. I have a women's Bible study.
So for me, I asked the universe to bring me Bible verses that I need to hear. It's been happening ever since I did it. Today, I got 2 or 3. And then like just over the past few weeks, they just keep coming to me. And I'm like, okay, this is perfect. Because then it's not as overwhelming. And I can reflect over it myself. And it doesn't, I don't get, I mean, other people's perspectives are good, but most of them, they're living in their trauma. So usually it's not for the highest perspective.
Well, I've noticed with some of the ladies I do Bible study with, very closed off.
Yes.
This is the only way.
Yeah.
Because this is what my Bible says. I'm like, okay, well,
It
I have a
says
different version.
meditate. It says meditate. in
They
the
take
Bible.
it very literally instead of vibrationally and higher perspective because their third eye's closed.
Yeah.
They're closed.
So it makes it a little weird sometimes where I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Just gonna keep
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so. You know what I want to do? Okay, excuse me.
Okay. And I didn't get to make.
I don't have the Apple ID in here, and it just, I need to ask her because it's annoying. Bye, settings, thank you.
That's been what?
It pops up and I can, oh wait, they're talking to me.
I know about a tissue then.
Oh my gosh.
Prepared woman.
Yep.
And told you guys my husband let me smudge him.
Yes, I saw you said that.
Very.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He was like, I don't know if I believe this. And I was like, it doesn't matter. It works anyways.
Can I- So I did it. Okay, so this is like,
while Thomas was asleep.
no, no, I did it when we were on shrooms. Okay, so no, this is like crazy. One time I took some rooms. It was for sacred purpose. I love them. They are the most cleansing. They're like a sacred plant medicine, like literally. And ayahuasca is too, but I would love to do shroom tea for private sessions. I think that would be amazing. It's one of the most cleansing experiences. Like, and I'm not a drug person.
You said shrooms, and I'm thinking psychedelic.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm sitting here going, wait, what?
No, it is.
What?
Yes, magic mushrooms. It is insane. So
I'm scared of that. I'm gonna go.
no,
away.
that's fine. It makes sense because we've been conditioned to feel.
Right. Right.
So
You want to see something scary, you watch something doing that.
I didn't do it till, yeah, so ayahuasca is very powerful. It's more powerful, but it's the same thing. It's sacred and it's a ceremonial thing and it's meant to cleanse you and you connect with your higher truth. So that's the only time I did a Reiki session on my husband. And I'm telling you, I hate to put it this way, but his demons were in his face. And I'm sitting there on the stage and I'm like, yeah, just get it out, go away. It was nuts. It was the coolest experience. And I would love to do that in my sessions with like people that I've been working with for a long time and they're ready to take that next level spiritual path. That's where it's at. I'm telling you, you will see, I was seeing fairy energy the next day because I opened myself because I cleansed myself so much. I was feeling, you know how I say ground yourself, imagine the roots. I was feeling it through my legs. The next day I was cleared out. I wasn't on it still. I was just cleared. My husband said to me that following day, my kids were all over him. And he goes, why do they love me so much today? I'm like, we opened your heart chakra. It is awesome. It is like, but a lot of people fear it because we've been conditioned. Society has ingrained in us drugs are bad. And they put the psychedelics and the ones that are healing for us. If you look online, you'll see that shrooms heals anxiety and depression. My husband did it because he's like, oh, it gets rid of my anxiety. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, good luck. You're going to hate this session then because it's bringing up everything. Anxiety is your fears, everything you've been holding on to coming up in your face until you face them. It was not, I know you weren't expecting that.
My mind is on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was telling her. I'd love to do more of this. I think this is where I need to be
She
right now.
really needs a break.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. And I was telling her this is a really good season because I'm very intuitive right now. So I'm going to channel messages like very clearly. So
Me too. Because I'm on all kinds of anti-anxiety medications, but nothing's helping right
yeah, because you know what's happening? You're suppressing your emotions. The anxiety is like, it's just basically numbing them. But when you get off of them, I just want you to be aware that it's going to push everything back up and everything that you have been going like this with is going to come up. So you can't be afraid of emotions. You have to trust the process. You have to live in faith and truth. CBD helps with that because it helps rebalance you and it'll release that edge when it happens. So I'm just letting you know because I know, and yeah, and intuitively you probably feel, we have it here. So intuitively you probably feel like you don't want to be on these, but you feel like you have to, correct? Okay, so a lot of people are dealing with that. They don't want to, they're like, okay, let me just try this. I'm not going to be on it forever. But then intuitively in the back of their mind, they're like, I really don't want to be on this. But it balanced because they don't understand their emotions. That's what's happening. You don't understand your anxiety. You don't understand depression when it comes up. So once you understand it, you'll feel more comfortable moving through it because you know it's temporary and it's just healing you and bringing more freedom. So you'll love Reiki. It's awesome. One-on-one sessions.
Let's do it.
Yes, because I can get shroom tea, but I don't think you should do it right away. I think that would be too much for you. But if you want to do like sessions with me, that could be the last one. Yes.
I have a feeling that she probably one of the feelings that you have to do.
Yes. Oh, absolutely, it will.
Yeah.
Your mom's gonna come.
I've been through the same thing. And I'm hearing for her now. So I have to be careful.
This is too low, right?
It's a bit of a solid. Yeah.
You're also healing for your lineage, so
Absolutely. See, you're in the same boat that I was in to the tune. Is this good?
Yeah.
You knew.
I'm so excited
to put your kids through what your mother could do.
okay.
So it's breaking that track.
Let me know when you drink. Did I do this?
I like this music. It's kind
No.
of intense.
Oh, and it totally goes with.
You're gonna go into like the tundra or something?
I was thinking a cave.
Yeah.
I just got chills.
We're going into the tundra then.
What's the tundra? What does tundra mean?
Tundra, like
Massive.
like snow.
Oh, that's what I thought. No, we're not going to the snow, but I can do that. That sounds fun.
I love this one.
Do you want to do that? We could walk through the snow.
No. I'm barefoot.
Not this week. Next week we'll look at
Okay.
her toes will get cold.
She's like, I don't want to
Get eaten by a bear.
Okay. So everybody's going to see snow now, no matter what I say.
Is that like a hot there?
What? What are you doing?
Is there a phone there right now?
No.
That's sage. Oh, it's a.
Do you want to hold one of these? This is for your root chakra. You can hold it if you think it'll help you.
I got this feather. It looks like a comb from here, and from this
I
reflection
know.
over here.
I'm going to have to keep one in my bag for you.
That's fine. I just want to hold something this way.
You get a crystal too, because each person, I want you to just pick one, and then you keep it. No, this is
whatever you're drawn to.
And you should pick one of those.
Which one is it?
Black tourmaline.
Oh, yeah.
Connects with Scorpio season 2. Okay. It actually shifts negative energy into positive energy. So anything that comes at you will transform into positive energy.
And
So that's good.
Carries his in his pocket.
So that's good. So that's why. What was I going to say? So Scorpio season is around transformation. So that's going to help you through this. Okay. All right. Relax and close your eyes. Relax your body. Take a deep breath through your nose. And exhale deeply. Relax your jaw. And continue the deep breathing in and out through your nose. Relax your mind. And just let go. Now let your mind become aware of your feet. Visualize a red light flowing up from the bottom of your feet and swirling around the top of your feet. And let your feet just fall where they naturally want to. Now visualize that red light swirling up around your ankles, and moving into your calves and shins. Visualize that red light swirling around your kneecaps and moving into the back of your knees. Visualize that red light flowing over your thighs and oozing into the back of your thighs. Just let those muscles relax. Now visualize that red light swirling and flowing into your buttocks and your groin. Let those muscles relax and sink beneath you. Now visualize that red light swirling around your hips and turning into an orange light. Imagine your hip joints being encased in a warm orange light. Now visualize that orange light swirling up around your torso and going into your belly button. And let your mind become aware of your abdominal area. Visualize a ball of yellow light filling your abdominal area. And take a deep breath and visualize that ball of yellow light expand. Now visualize that yellow light swirling up around your waist, moving into your chest. And with each breath you take, visualize your lungs being filled with a green light. Now let your mind become aware of your hands. Visualize a white light, fill each finger, and fill the palm of each hand. Visualize that white light swirling around your wrists, on up your forearms, around your elbows, into your upper arms and shoulders. Allow your shoulder blades to relax and sink down with ease. Now let your mind become aware of your back. Visualize a white light starting at your tailbone, filling each vertebrae until you get to the base of your neck. Now let your mind become aware of your neck and throat. Open your lips slightly and then close them. Allow your tongue to drop into a relaxed position. Swallow gently and visualize a blue light filling your throat and swirling around your neck. Now let your mind become aware of your head and face. Let your ears relax. Let your eyes relax. Allow that little space between your eyebrows to relax. Visualize an indigo light in that space. Take a deep breath. Imagine that indigo light expand. Now let your mind become aware of the top of your head. Visualize a purple light flowing over the top of your head and gently flowing over your entire body. And just let go. And now that you're completely relaxed, I invite you to join me on a journey. Imagine you're barefoot in the woods. You seem to be on top of a mountain. There are beautiful trees all around you. They really make the space of this mountain. And their energy is very prominent here. They're majestic and beautiful. You continue to walk as you look up at these trees. You're on a path, cleared way just for you to walk up this mountain. You take note of your surroundings. You may see other plants. You may see animals. It's very peaceful as you take this hike up this mountain. As you walk, you purposely ground your feet into the earth, connecting and visualizing the light moving up your legs. Really taking time to connect with the energy around you. You could feel the energy here. It is very wise. It is very high vibrational. It is very connected. As you continue to walk, you notice snow starting to fall. It's a light flurry. Still cool, not too cold. But you continue to walk on the path and decide to stop to look for shelter. You notice to your right an open cave with light coming from it. So with curiosity, you start to walk towards it, thankful that you have found a warm place for you. You notice there's a fire going, as if it was set for you. Purposefully and intentionally keep you safe and warm on this mountain as the snow starts to fall. Before you head into the cave, you notice the snow falling a little harder and harder. So as you get into the cave, you start to make yourself comfortable. The cave is warm, spacious, enough room to be able to set up whatever you have, to be able to stay for the night if you need to. You take note of the cave around you. There may be cool stones, there may be bats, there may be markings. Just take note of this beautiful cave you're about to use as your safe space. When you're done exploring, you decide to set out a blanket right in front of the fire. Where you could look out of the cave and watch the snow fall, beautiful white, reflecting off from the fire, giving you a beautiful view of the trees and the snow falling. You're very thankful for this moment, knowing that whatever comes your way, you'll be able to handle it. And as you sit there in front of the fire, you start to watch it. You see it dancing its sultry movements. You see the smoke just gently coming off and hitting the top of the cave. It's very comforting and relaxing. And you decide to close your eyes and go inward. And as you do, you start to become aware of the base of your spine, your tailbone. And you start to take breaths into this space, bringing your full awareness to this space, to the bottom part of your spine. And once you have your full awareness in this space, you start to visualize a black cylinder, but on the top of it has a baby red snake coiled around it. It is wound up, looks comfortable, but it's sitting there tightly wrapped up. You start to become curious about this snake. And you start to imagine this snake intensely opening its mouth so it's wide enough around your body. Its mouth is facing up. And you visualize this snake slowly moving up your spine. The cylinder never moves. And the snake may go up and down, or it may just gently rise through your spine. Now, as you do this, you recognize that you're taking your time to awaken your Kundalini. You're releasing energy that is stagnant in this space and wrapped too tightly. You allow your snake to just gently, purposefully move up your spine until it's ready to get to the top of your head. You do this slowly as it is slowly awakening, as if you are raising your consciousness and creating space in your body. You continue to breathe as this is happening. Feeling love and passion for this snake, as it is a part of you. You start to feel it around your shoulders, moving into the base of your neck, slowly rising into your head till it gets to the top of your head. You have a long, stretched out snake through your entire spine. You breathe into this with gratitude and trust. And as you sit there in front of the fire, you open your eyes, feeling into your body, how it may feel different, more connected. And as you sit there in front of the fire, you may notice an animal walk in the cave, looking for a safe, warm spot for the night. You welcome this animal, sharing your space, keeping them safe and supported as well. The animal doesn't fear you, it feels comfortable. And your space, comfortable with your energy. You welcome it in any way you please. As you sit there together in the fire, you find comfort with this animal and allow yourself to drift off to sleep. As you do this, notice any signs or messages that may come to you while you are slowly moving into the dreaming state. Keep your mind aware as your body starts to drift away. When you are ready, you could start to bring yourself back to conscious awareness. Bring yourself back down to the room around you, wiggling your fingers and your toes, stretching if you want to. Bring yourself back to here and now. Open your eyes when you're ready until you feel awake and alert. Is that cool? Anybody else like that?
You lost me at the snake.
Mine too. I ran out of the cave.
Really?
Oh yeah. Even
I mean,
had like
I could
cold chills that was around my
visualize it.
shoulder. I was like, oh.
Interesting.
And even my leg went up. I was like, oh.
Did you do that too?
No, I felt everything you were saying, but it didn't mean anything. I didn't get anything.
Interesting. Okay. That's really interesting. Did you see anything? Were you able to connect with that?
Yeah, my foot actually fell asleep too.
Mine did too.
Mine
Mine's,
did too. It fell asleep.
oh, mine is like killing me right
But
now.
I didn't run out of the cave.
Were you able to see anything?
Mhm.
Did you connect with that one too?
The snake part was a little bit hard. I don't know. I almost felt like a Pac-Man. And I was like, I don't feel like that's right. Like it's much, much. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
So it felt a little weird. Like I don't think that's how it's supposed to be.
You were thinking that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once the snake was out of the cave, and my animal came, and I was happy.
Okay.
And I kind of went right back down. But went back down.
You know, I feel like maybe it's because you're not ready to awaken your Kundalini yet. And I'll explain what it is in a second.
Yeah, I need to know what
And I definitely heard snakes.
Okay, sorry. I did not mean to do that.
Way.
Yeah.
I connected with the snake. I was actually dancing with the snake.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, look at Lisa opening up. And you have I think, you holding something. You
Yeah.
must connect stronger with
I was
that.
like pretending, or I felt like I was moving the movement that the snake was making. I
You were
felt
doing
I
it.
was just doing it with the snake because I love to dance. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna move into this
That's
with
awesome.
the snake.
Good job.
I'm just gonna flow with the snake.
When you just first said that, I just had like this vision of you as like a belly dancer. Like, yes,
Yeah,
I am
good.
one with the snake.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Crazy.
So your Kundalini is this energy center that's in your sacral chakra, and it connects very strongly with Scorpio season. But it's like, you could look it up too. There's a lot about it. You could do fire breath for Kundalini. There's different ways to awaken it, but I thought a visualization would be good to like show how it does it. So it basically clears the space and expands your spine. And the way that
That's what I pictured, the snake
Yeah.
going up through my spine and pulling my
Yes.
Or the gray part.
That's what's, yep. So we're like this. And the snake is so wrapped, coiled around that energy center that we're holding on to. We're like, our bodies are very tense. So that's like anxiety shows up when we are holding on to tension. So it's help releasing that. So for you, deathly afraid of snakes. That is a healing for you. So I used to be deathly afraid of wasps and bees. I have learned to befriend them. What happens is snake is probably your animal totem, but you have put so much fear on the conditioning of snakes that you haven't opened yourself up to their energy yet. Snakes are very powerful transformation. So if they show up for you, what happens is, so like for me, what I would do is when I would see a wasp, I would slowly, I mean, I still don't love them. Like if one was coming at me, I'd freak out. But like, I've learned to like love instead of hate and fear. So anytime that fear and anxiety would come up, I would breathe through it. And I would like be in a separate room and I'd be like, I would be one of those people like, okay, my eyes on that. Like I'm on that. It's not leaving my vision. Like it is there. I know it's there and it's going to keep me in this distracted space because I know it's there. So
spiders.
Yeah.
So I used to be like that with spiders too, but the universe put me through some things. I had spiders in my car living in there. My last apartment, I had bugs everywhere. I had a huge spider. I had a centipede crawling up my wall. I had wasps in there. It was bringing up my fears because it wanted me to heal from it. Now I've relaxed into it. Anytime I see a bug, I am learning to befriend it because I know it's not trying to hurt me. It is just trying to make itself aware for me. And when I can relax into it, I know, I mean, it's crazy, but like,
So they're shaking their heads.
yeah. But what happens is when you do that, you expand so much. Like, yeah, but you know what else happens? They come out of your experience because you don't need it anymore. So like wasps barely show up in my life. I'll see them, but I pay no mind as much as I did. So they're kind of like,
I don't see spiders as much, and I'm not being funny, but I just say it's because the man comes and sprays for me.
yeah, I still spray too for like different things. But
I'm not doing that.
yeah, because that's your space and you don't want them in your space. That's how I feel too. And that's a boundary. But at the same time, they show up. So a snake shows up they're there for a reason. When you could like, so then the spiritual meaning of it, that's why she has that book. We'll look up snake because that's a powerful one. Especially for you, listen, because it's probably your totem because your fear is to get your attention to transform that energy. I'm not saying you need to do it right now, but just be mindful of a different perspective for you. So I'm sorry that I brought a snake into your meditation for the first time.
It was fun because then when my animal came,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, so you relax into it.
yeah, the snake was out. He's gone.
So the Kundalini, what it does is expands. So it's like it's as if it's a snake. It's almost like your spine's coiled up and it needs to expand. And I was feeling it. It was here when I said the shoulders. I was feeling it. It was moving through me.
I could feel it. I could feel it on my head was tingling, but
Yeah.
I didn't know
What was happening? Okay.
Yeah, I got like the shiver.
Oh, you felt that too?
On my shoulders. Yeah.
Okay, I was feeling that too. So regardless if maybe the visualization of the snake was too much for you, that's all. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but you're still getting the benefits from it. Okay, cool. All right, so I had to bring snow. There's no way there was no snow.
And look, I had to smirk and I expected
Yeah, so did
somebody
I.
to laugh.
Yeah, I was smirking too, and I was like, God damn it. And I got to tell you what came up for me, because it was like pretty crazy and really interesting and something I need to relax into. This feels really weird, but I feel like I'm going to have another baby. So what's been coming up for me, I'm getting so many chills. Okay, so recently, I don't think I'm pregnant, but I could be, but I feel like I'm supposed to get pregnant. I really don't want another baby because I'm like so terrified with this vaccination. Like I just don't even want to face it because me and my husband have a very different view, even though I know it's for healing and it'll turn out for our highest good regardless. So my vision, for some reason I was seeing roses and then it showed me my rose bush and I'm like, why is this showing up? And it was like, roses are very strong for my relationship. And then the next thing I saw was I was getting the message of baby. And I was like, this is really weird because number one, we're healing our sacral chakra, which is the womb. Also, recently so like Rachel was telling me, she was like, oh yeah, because she's having another baby, and she's like, yeah, my kids, like, they share a room. And I was just like feeling like my kids would love to share a room with each other, which leaves an open space for another baby. And I'm like, okay, so that was coming through, because in the past I would make the excuse we don't have enough space. And then there's something else. Then I was feeling guided to take maca powder, and I know that that helps with fertility and balance your hormones. And I'm like, but this isn't why I want to take it. I want to take it for my gut. But I don't know. And then a bunny came to me in the meditation, and bunnies mean fertility. And I was connecting so strongly with that bunny. I don't know what's happening. And then you're pregnant, and about 4 other women around me are pregnant, which I feel like is kind of like how dogs go to heat around each other. I feel,
You and me and Rachel all have like the same age kids too.
I know.
Yeah. And we're both pregnant, so
I
welcome
know.
to the club.
And
soon.
Lauren's pregnant too. And then, yeah. So I don't know. I'm not saying I am, but I'm like, it's way too intuitive for me right now. But I feel like it's going to be a boy too. So anyway, that's what came to me. This is a lot to take in because I got to talk to my husband. That's how I feel right now. Okay. And he wants a lot of kids.
How did that happen?
No, he wants kids. He wants more kids. Oh, he would want a lot of kids. But it's hard because he also wants me to work and help support. So it's really difficult because like in his mind he thinks, well, if we put them in daycare, at least we have the kids and we're making more money. But now I think that's shifting. So remember I was talking about that today too. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, anyway. That's really
I have a
intense.
picture for you.
Pictures. Okay, wait. Oh yeah.
See how the men don't have anything in front of them? It's a picture of men and women all set up to race. And the men have nothing in front of them. And the women have laundry, an ironing board, cooking, So like before we can ever get out of the house, or before we can ever go on a trip, you got to get all that stuff in line. And all the guys do is get up in the morning and get ready and go to work.
Yep. So that's interesting. So that's what happened last time when Thomas and I got in that fight. He said to me, he felt as if the things weren't done at home. And I said to him, look, I wish I could have everything done for you. I really do. I wish, because you do deserve that, because you go to work and you work. He does work really hard. And I'm like, and it would be nice. And it probably looks as if I don't care and I'm leaving the house a mess for you. But I was like, but I am busy all day. And I also need that time for myself. And I want to be successful too. So I need to balance my stuff.
Well, and he's I get that the guys are going to work, but let's not forget they also are getting to socialize.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And as women, we socialize a little bit more than men do.
Yeah, and so that's why this space is important too.
Right.
But now he comes home from work and he told me the truth of it. He feels overwhelmed. And the reason he feels overwhelmed is because he has to take care of the dogs outside. He needs to take care of all of the outdoor chores. And then he comes inside and then it doesn't feel like a clean space all the time. So that brings overwhelmingness. Then he has the kids. So he said that to me. He's like, but he's resisting the change. So that was his excuse. You're not getting your work done before it. But I'm like, this is work. This is not like, regardless, like my free time. But even if it was, I'm an adult and you have to trust me that I'm going to manage everything, basically.
But the women, we definitely have to manage a lot more than what men have to manage.
Yes, but they're also, so for me, I try to keep it as equal as possible because I do think, like, he does manage a lot. And when I was able to, like, see that, but when he says to me that he feels like he does more than me, I don't agree with that. But I think he does do a lot, and on his shoulders, he's supporting the family, and he feels like he needs to hold all of it. So I try to make that easier on him as best I can, even though I know I'm doing a lot, and I know that I'm always not appreciative for it, but as long as I'm doing that for myself, I don't need that from him, and he'll slowly start to recognize it regardless. So
I guess it's, Steve very, very, very rarely ever admitted it.
Same.
I've supported the family for more than half.
Oh, you mean with money?
Yeah, financially.
Yeah.
At one point, we had his mother, his brother, and sister-in-law living in our house, and nobody worked but me.
That's
And they wanted to know what I was cooking for freaking dinner.
because he feels emasculated. That's why. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with him. So he, as a man, he probably felt like he should have been doing the supporting. We're conditioned to feel that way. So it makes him feel unworthy. So he probably has a hard time. Yeah, because he's projecting onto you how he feels
Where
inside.
were you 20 years ago?
I know, I'm sorry.
Peeing in your diaper, probably.
Yep. No, I was
You were
10.
Yeah.
Close enough. Still wet in the bed.
I know. No. Okay, but I want to hear about everyone else's meditation. So tell me yours.
I walked into my cave and there was already a blanket there. And
Okay.
my dog was there.
Oh, cool.
He's there a lot.
Yeah.
And I go in and sit down and watch the snow, and the snake I didn't get. But my animal that come in was a deer. It's a doe.
Okay.
She came in
Oh, that's so
and she
sweet.
kind of looked around and laid down. And it was so peaceful and so quiet with just the snow. But I didn't get any messages or anything.
Nothing. Okay.
But it was just very relaxing, quiet. It was like it was my space.
Good. And you could also feel the energy moving up through you.
Oh, absolutely. And before you said there was vibration in the trees, I could feel it. It was like a hum.
Yeah.
I could feel it the whole time I was walking through the woods.
Oh, the trees were beautiful. I was seeing redwoods.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
It's all
awesome.
redwoods,
They
Yeah.
were really, really tall.
I almost said it, but I was like, I want to see what everyone visualizes before.
And my deer that came in was outside to begin with. That was the first animal I saw. I saw deer and
Okay.
butterflies.
And she came back.
And then she was the one that came into the cave.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah,
Cool.
it was nice. It was very relaxing.
Oh, that's awesome. How was yours? Were you able to visualize okay?
I was different.
Okay.
I couldn't get to the ground. I was
Okay.
above the trees.
Okay.
So
Cool.
My daughter lived in Hawaii, and all I could see was like the treetops. But from the minute I closed my eyes and started going into it, I could see the fire before you ever said fire.
Awesome.
So I kept trying to get to it. And then when you said the cave, I realized the fire was in the cave. So I went in and then you said snake, and I ran back out. And then I made sure the snake was gone. There was like a little river, I guess, or stream
Okay.
inside the cave, and I could hear
Oh,
the water.
cool.
And then it was like some kind of a dog animal, which is normal for me, like a wolf or
Okay.
what are the Arctic fox, like the little
Okay,
white
yep.
foxes, and it came in and just kind of curled up around me.
Aw.
And that's when you were saying, you feel it expanding and then relax. So when it curled up, I was just like, oh.
Yeah, you let go. You let go.
The snake was gone. I let go.
Because it brought all the tension up and
Yeah.
you just released it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
I
I
was
was,
above the trees, and so when you were talking about
and that's
shadow
okay.
movement,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool because that happens
It
sometimes.
was the surface of the trees where like the wind was blowing through it.
That's awesome. And you felt like you were in Hawaii.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of,
What came to
The
you?
mental image.
it's the mental image of what came to me.
I connect very strongly with Hawaii too. My husband's from there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he's from the Big Island. No, Big Island.
I mean, my daughter was in Hawaii.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, no, not that one.
No, not the other
Okay, that's awesome. No messages, you don't think? No. Okay, that's okay. That's really good for your first meditation. And then we have the spirit animal book, so we'll look all them up. Okay, so what'd you see? I have to go grab my phone, but I'm listening.
Yeah, I was walking through, it was redwoods and stuff, and as I was walking through on the path, I kept catching a glimpse out of the corner of my eye, and there was a mountain lion following me, like parallel me.
Cool. You mountain lion comes in a lot.
Yeah.
I want to read what that says.
And before, so then, it started to snow, and I giggled too, but I'm barefoot.
Yeah, and it wasn't that cold though.
No, it wasn't
No,
cold.
it wasn't. And the
No.
temperature didn't change much, just a little.
Yeah, and I saw the cave before you said it, and I saw the light in there. So when I got in there, I saw there was hieroglyphics and stuff on the walls.
Same, actually.
Before you said that,
Okay.
and then mine was a black wolf. But before you even came close to mentioning an animal, it came in, it made eye contact with me, then it turned around and it sat and watched out the cave, and my message was,
Protecting you.
I'm here to protect you.
Yeah, because I feel that for sure. It was like, okay, you're safe in here, and I'm guarding this for you. Cool.
And so when you said, "Oh, your animal came in and stuff," he didn't come back over to me. He just looked over at me and looked at me.
Like, I
gave
got
me the
you.
glance.
That's so cool.
And then I just drifted off to sleep, and then he woke me up. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that was cool. I like that.
Yeah. So you saw a snake. You saw it. Did anything else come to you?
Yeah, I was actually envisioning myself like in the German forest.
Cool.
And it was because maybe because I want to go to Germany really bad because my best friend's there. But I just envisioned being in Germany because I used to live there.
So
And
you're
the
connected strong.
forests are like really, really nice there, but it was fall time and everything was like beautiful fall colors. And then when we went into the cave and the fire, what I saw, I mean, the snake was there and I was dancing with the snake for a little while, but what I saw too is in the cave, everything was lit up with crystals.
Oh, that's
And maybe because I was holding the same thing.
What color were they? Do you know?
It was just, they were all
Just sparkling.
sparkling, like white.
Cool.
And then I turned around and you started talking about the snow, so I just envisioned, like, it was just flurries, like not
Hard snow.
Hard snow, it was just flurries. And the animal that came to me was a wolf as well.
Look
But-
at Lisa. I
but the
love
wolf-
this.
The wolf was in there with me, and he sat next to me once I got done dancing with the snake. Anyway, the snake was still in there. I was sitting in front of the fire, and so was the wolf, and everybody was good. Everything was good.
That's awesome.
And I didn't get any messages or anything other than that I need to make it happen, that I go to Germany.
I think you connect really strongly with that country.
Yeah, I do.
It might be a past life too. You may have been there before, like as your space in a past life.
Yeah, what would be weird is when you go and look at stuff and you're like, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
But you don't know why you've seen it before.
Yeah.
And you said you lived there for how long?
From age 3 till like 15, I think.
Really?
A long time, yeah. I went to German school too.
That's awesome.
Can you still speak German?
I lost a lot of it because when I moved here, I was dual language back then. But when I moved here, all I did was with my mom, even with my mom, and she's German. We just spoke.
That's
speak English.
amazing. I love that.
Me too. Germany's my utopia. We were just there on vacation, and I was like, "That's it. I'm moving here." When we retire,
I know.
moving here. I loved it so much. So when you talk about the forest, I'm like, "Yes, it's amazing there."
Yeah,
Like,
the
everything's
Black
just
Forest,
amazing.
right? Is that what it's called? What is it called? Because I was in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Is it the Black Forest? That's what it's called?
So,
Yeah, because I remember I was in Switzerland and I remember seeing it. I don't know because they're right next to each other, Switzerland and Germany, and they cross. I know that there's Swiss German, like that you could speak, and then German. And I don't remember what I was doing. Maybe I don't remember how I saw it. I don't know if it was when I was at the airport. It might have been when he was driving me to wherever I was going. It was a long time ago. It was like 5 years ago. But I wanted to go to Germany too, but I didn't I should have it was for work. Like I wish I took the time to explore it. I need to go back. I've been to Ireland, but not Germany. That's amazing though. Awesome. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so good. Doesn't it feel good too?
Yeah.
To be able to open up. Cool. I love it. Okay, what about you?
So it was really wet where I was. And so there was like moss everywhere, which just made me happy because I love moss.
Same.
Like it's the best thing to walk on moss. One of my favorite things in the world. So there's moss everywhere. And as I'm walking on this path, I see like this beautiful tan yellow colored bunny. And then up pops another one right next to it. So when you were talking about that, I was like, oh, there's two of them now.
Wait, that's so weird. And mine was like super cuddly and floppy. Like I really envisioned a bunny, and I loved
yeah, they were
it.
almost like Disney characters. They were so cute.
Yeah, that's what I was like feeling. And I don't usually, when I see a bunny, I'm like, oh, it's a bunny. No, I loved this bunny.
So,
She said healing the wound and not healing nothing. Right?
God damn gosh. So yeah, as we're like walking in the woods, I just felt like this need, like, oh my gosh, I have to go out in the woods. I have to. And I don't know if it's because I'm an earth sign, and I've been inside like the last 4 days.
Okay.
And
You needed it.
I'm just like, I need to go outside. So I'm already thinking like when I get home, I'm walking around barefoot outside or something because I need it.
Yeah.
But So my cave was very tiny and very shallow, and there was like no markings, no nothing. But it was so warm and intimate and wonderful. And I was like, this is where like a bear would go to hibernate because it's just so cozy. And like I was sitting there, apparently I brought tea because I just have a little mug of tea staring in the fire.
It was in your bag.
Yep, you told me not to pack my bag, I brought tea. And then couldn't really connect with the snake that well. But then we called in the animal and I had a wolf. So you're talking about the wolf, you're talking about the wolf. I was like, holy shit. So I had the wolf and it was very masculine. Like very like piercing green eyes. And at first I was almost intimidated by it. And then I was like, no, I'm not here to harm you. Yeah. And it came in and I was like petting it and stuff. Yeah. And eventually like we laid down together and I was like resting my head on the wolf. But it was sitting up straight and alert and staring out of the cave. And
so protection for all
the
three.
message that came through was, you are protected, you are strong, you are loved.
Oh,
and it just kind of like kept repeating that, like as I drifted off into sleep, like you are protected. I got this.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
That was really crazy. That
I know.
You started talking about like,
oh my God.
Yeah, that's awesome too. And I feel like, especially because you're pregnant, to have that protection, to know that, don't worry, like I got you. You're protected right now, you know.
And I don't know what it is with the masculine energy coming up, because that was in my last one as well with the deer. So I don't know.
Here's the meaning to the wolf.
Yep.
Characteristics and behaviors that no longer serve your spiritual purpose are being culled from your consciousness.
What did I say?
Make cooperation a priority over competition. Valuable insights, ideas, and new teachings are coming your way, so pay close attention. It's important to maintain your self-esteem and integrity and deeply trust in your inner knowing, even when you feel misunderstood or misaligned. You're being spiritually and
psychologically?
Psychically, there you go. Protected at all times, so there's no need, really no need to fear.
That's really good, because I've been feeling so misunderstood here lately.
Wow.
That. Yeah, like the situation with the kids being like
that's
lazy
cool.
and stuff like that. It's like I feel like he's always taking their side, which that's okay because they're his children. But you know, I feel like I have valid points too, and I feel like I'm not understood. And no matter how I explain myself, I feel I'm not understood. It's so frustrating sometimes.
I think what you should try to do is try to understand him, so you learn his language, so you can give it back to him. Yeah. That's what works for me, for sure.
Want to hear a rabbit?
Yes.
That's good. I like that.
This is a very creative time for you, so it's important to quickly take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Be extra vigilant for the next couple of days, and if anything threatening shows up, leave as quickly as possible. Try a vegetarian diet for the next few days and pay attention to how you feel. Rather than steady, step-by-step progress, you'll see it happen in leaps and bounds. You're going to find yourself experiencing a period of quiet and stillness followed by a burst of intense activity. Express your love freely and readily to those who are your closest.
Wow. That's huge for me right now. And I just got this unexpectedly. I'm putting my products in 4 shops.
That's cool.
That came out of nowhere. Like it came last week, 3, so here, and I need to stock up again, and then 3 other shops. So that's totally connects with that. And then I feel like the expression with love, showing love to, that's huge too. You connected that one too?
Yeah, well, with the vegetarian part,
yeah, same.
Like, well, because we just had our first meatless Monday dinner today.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thomas won't do it. He's like, he will tell me that he would be vegetarian, but then if I don't make him meat, he throws a fit. So, but for me.
I warned Rick. I was like, you're going to suck it up and you're not going to say anything bad because Richie's listening to you. Because I put kale in it. There's like kale and butternut squash and stuff today. And Rick hates it when I add green things. And he'll sit there and like pick each one out. And I was like, if you want to pick it out, you do it silently. If you don't want to eat the meal, that's fine. You make peanut butter and jelly afterwards. But I don't want to hear anything because Richie's starting to repeat the things he's saying.
That's awesome. I need to get on that level. But I think Thomas is so sensitive that he'd get mad.
Yeah, I'm just really bossy.
Yeah, you are. I would have to do it in a, like he's a child way. I would have to treat him like I would treat Jade and Preston. Literally. And Bossy doesn't work with any of them. Jade breaks down and cries. Preston's like, I hit him with a pillow today, do a pillow fight, and he broke down like I was hurting him. I'm like, you're supposed to come back and be with a pillow. And he's like, it's supposed to be funny. Yeah. So funny. Oh my God. Okay, so what is there a fox in there? Mountain lion? I want to hear that.
She did the fox, yeah.
Did I miss that?
She read it. I'll just read it file.
Because all the messages, remember, we're all connected with all of them, so I like to hear all of them.